Good afternoon, folks. It's nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's Sunday the 16th of February 2025, and we're having another Valve Radio Day. So, vacuum tubes, that's the name of the game. Hello. I have got a head, despite my other headless videos. Now, what we've got here is a Philips. This is 1960 model, the B1Z86U. There's a few of these around New Zealand. If you can read that, there's a U. Sometimes the back's got a bit buggered up. The U means this is a live chassis, so they do have a back on them, if you've got one that's not got a damaged back. It is live to up to mains voltage, which is 230, 240 volts. To work, it must have this little plug in here. This wiggles in and out with a little bit of friendly force. This was designed to take a gramophone, as in a record player input. This plug shorts out whatever connections make the radio go. You pull it out, and obviously there would have been a Philips branded, or in cooperation with Philips, a record player that plugged into that, and this worked as your amplifier. So there we go. And we've already described before how we use a RCD, ELCB, residual current device, earth leakage circuit breaker, otherwise called a safety switch, and it just came up on the internet earlier today. I think GFCI, in some countries it's called a GFCI, ground fault current interrupter, I believe. But yes, so it's known by at least 4 different names, and you can just call it a safety switch, which will usually prevent a person from being electrocuted to death. It may not, and especially if you've got a live chassis. It is the opinion of some people that these radios shouldn't even be tested. They should just be kept as a shelf exhibit. But the back's on it. We've already examined it. We've examined the lead. We examined the plug for any obvious defects. I did actually take the back off this one, have a look inside. There's no dead mice in there or anything like that. It looks quite good. And I've already been through, without a variac, I use a dim bulb tester. We put the 15 watt bulb in, and we leave that radio, we turn it on for a few minutes. We look for any smoke or any burning smells, more than just a tiny bit of dust burning. Then we change that to the 25 watt bulb, and then we change that to the 40 watt bulb. So we're up to the 40 now. I did the others off camera. We'll turn on our RCD, ELCB, GFCI or safety switch. It goes to the full voltage because there's nothing being taken out now. I can't remember exactly what connections I put inside. I made this up out of parts several years ago, but it's got a switch on it and a voltmeter. So we turn the volume switch on. What are we reading there? About 100 and something volts. I actually I noticed that when I had the 15 watt bulb, and of course it must be the tungsten bulb, the old-fashioned not energy efficient bulb, because we're using the resistance of the bulb. These whole radios, this is only a little mantle radio, they're about 25 watts rated, brand new. So 15 watt bulb, the voltage I had when that was in the circuit, it's in the phase, otherwise known as the live or the active, or could be the line, again, call it what you want, it's the on an AC system. So with the 15 watt bulb, and we only got about 60 volts. We went up to the 25 watt bulb, that gave us about 110 volts. And we went to the 40 watt bulb, and as you see now, that's around about 150-ish volts. Now it's alright if the bulb initially glows quite bright, as long as it then dims down. That should be a lot less than a 40 watt, the full 40 watts brilliance, and it is. That's a lot less. The camera has an automatic adjusting thing on it, obviously, but no, that's quite dim. So we've now been sitting for a couple of minutes at 150 or so volts. We're going to flick it up to full power. We are being very careful not to touch this because this is a live chassis radio. It doesn't have a mains transformer where they normally do. It's a plastic or bake-like case, that's fine, plastic knobs. The volume, we turn the volume up to nearly full. And we'll turn the tuner. Dead as a doornail. Dead as a doornail. Not even some static or whatever. So further diagnosis required. Turn it back to low power. We've got the bulb going. I guess it shows his continuity. But anyway, that's it. Alright. That's a dead one. We'll turn off our ELCB RCD safety switch GFCI. And we will unplug it from the service supply. And that's going to be it for this one. Don't worry folks, I've got 2 more radios waiting. They've got their tongues hanging out. They just want to be tested.